Hello and welcome to another video. What we're going to be focusing on today is vowels. All right, we're going to be talking about short vowels, long vowels, and diphthongs. All right, I'm also going to give you some practice tips towards the end. So let's get started. So, why are vowels important? Why do they matter? Well, I would think it's self-explanatory, but they matter for a lot of reasons. You see vowels everywhere. I think it's one of the most important aspects of pronunciation and reducing your accent. You see vowels everywhere in pretty much every single word. If not every single word that you see or hear, there's a vowel sound. Right now, vowels come in a lot of different sounds, and mastering these vowel sounds, that's what's really going to give you that excellent, prestigious, clean cut pronunciation, American pronunciation that you're looking for. One of the reasons why vowels are important is that vowel sounds make your English clear and natural. If you can dominate these vowel sounds, both long, short, diphthongs, monophthongs, etc., you'll sound very clear. One more reason is that they're key to sounding like a Native American English speaker. Right, so if your goal is to sound more like an American, definitely focus on the vowel sounds. American English has short vowels, long vowels, and diphthongs. Short vowels are the backbone of American English. They are quick, unstressed sounds that appear in many common words. So let's go over some of these short vowels. Starting from the very top, we have the ah sound, as in cat, ah. Eh, as in bed, eh. I, as in sit, I. Ah, as in pot. And in parentheses, quick note, this sound tends to be more like ah in general American English, like caught. The symbol that you see there, like the backwards A, that's used more in British English. All right, so if you ever see that symbol, if you're into symbols, if you ever see that symbol, that's more British English. And lastly, the as in cut. All right, so if you're a Spanish speaker, if you speak Spanish, maybe Portuguese as well, I'm not sure Italian, possibly Italian as well, these sounds are going to sound very similar to the vowels in your language. So we have the a, e, a, a, e, a, e, a. Right, these are the short vowels. Let's go over some tips for correct articulation. What is articulation? The way you move your mouth. And so we call these articulators as well. Your lips, your mouth, your teeth, your tongue, your throat, your palate, all these are articulators. So let's go over some articulation tips. For the ah sound, you want to open your mouth wide and keep the tongue low. Ah, ah. For the open your mouth slightly and place your tongue just below the upper front teeth. Eh, eh, eh. For the you want to relax your mouth and keep the tongue high in the front. I, I, I. For the ah, you want to round your lips slightly and drop your jaw. Or think of the ah sound as in father, ah, father. All right, now this is for general American accent because we have different accents in the U.S. Southern accent, the New Yorker accent, Boston, Louisiana, but in general American English, it's ah, ah, ah. And Keep your mouth slightly open with the tongue relaxed in the middle of the mouth. Uh, uh, uh. All right, so we went over short vowels. Let's talk about long vowels. Long vowels hold the key to sounding more natural in American English. Unlike short vowels, they're stretched out and often signal a different meaning. So they basically sound like the letters in the alphabet, the vowels. A, E, I, O, U. For example, if I were to say American, American, that would not be a long vowel. That would be a short vowel because it's American. A long vowel has to sound like A. For example, ate. I ate pizza yesterday. Ate. That's a long vowel. Some examples of long vowels would be E as in bead, A as in bait, I as in bite, O as in boat, and U as in boot, oo as in boot. Okay, so we have E, A, I, O, U. These are the long vowels, which are also diphthongs. That's what we're going to talk about in a little bit. All right, so let's get into some tips for correct articulation. We'll start off with the E sound. Smile slightly and stretch the sound, keeping your tongue high and forward. The E. Basically, you want to stretch the corners of your mouth. You want to smile a little bit. E, E, E. You should feel a little bit of tension here. Just a little bit. Because if you exaggerate, you're going to look like the Joker from Batman. So just a little bit. E. Then we have the A. Start with an sound and glide into a brief E sound, opening the mouth wider as you start. So A, A, A. You have to feel how your mouth moves from one sound to the next. Then we have the I. Begin with an open mouth as if saying ah, then close it slightly into an E. So I, I, mouth movement. Then we have the ooh. Sorry, I skipped one. The O. Start with an aw shape of the mouth, then glide into an oo sound, rounding the lips more. O, ooh. Now we have the ooh sound. You're going to pucker your lips forward and push your tongue high and back. So what does it mean to pucker? It's basically like you're kissing somebody like that. So ooh, boot, boot. So moving into diphthongs. Diphthongs meaning two sounds. So diphthongs are unique sounds that blend two vowels together in one syllable, adding richness to your American English pronunciation. You need diphthongs. So diphthongs are basically the same sounds that you make with the long vowels. A, I, O, U. All right, so let's go into some more examples of diphthongs, starting with the very first one. I, as in like. Listen to the two sounds. I, how it glides into each other. Ow, as in cow. Oi, as in boy. O, as in go. And A, as in say. So I, ow, oi, o, a. You'll hear two sounds rolled up into one. These are some examples of diphthongs. All right, so let's go into some quick tips for correct articulation with the diphthongs. They're pretty close to the long vowels, the way we would articulate with the long vowels. So let's go over some of these tips. With the I sound, you want to start with a wide mouth for ah, and glide into an E. I. For the ow sound, you're going to begin with an open mouth for ah and round into an oo. Ow, ow, ow. For the oi sound, you're going to start with an o and quickly move to a slight e, which is a smiling. So oi, oi, oi. For the O, begin with an O shape and begin with a brief oo. O, O, O. And for the A, open with an E and glide into a relaxed E. A, A, A. You have to feel how your mouth moves quite a bit when going from one sound to another. You have to transition from one sound to another. All right, so let's get into a few practice tips. All right, we're going to talk about three in particular. There are many things that you can do, but we're going to talk about three. The first one is listening and repeating. It's probably the most practical and important one. You're going to immerse yourself in authentic American English through movies, podcasts, and music. Listen carefully to the vowel sounds and try to mimic the pronunciation. So if we're focusing on vowels, pop in a movie as if it were a VHS, but watch Netflix or Amazon Prime, Hulu, whatever you're into, watch a movie, a series, pause it after one sentence, pause it, repeat, and then play again. Next sentence, pause it, repeat, play again, so on and so forth. Repetition, do it over and over again. But in this case, focusing on vowel sounds. Now, you can do the same type of activity or the same exercise for other accent reduction topics. But for now, just focus on the vowel sounds, the long vowels, the short vowels, and the diphthongs. The next activity you could do is called minimal pairs. Right? Minimal pair practice. Use minimal pairs, which are words that differ by only one sound. Example, the difference between ship, sheep, ship, sheep, to fine-tune your ear and pronunciation. This method helps in distinguishing between similar sounds. How would you go about practicing this? It's pretty simple. Just Google it. Google minimal pairs practice. And you're going to have a lot of websites and a lot of worksheets and a lot of content where you can just practice minimal pairs, distinguishing the slight variation in sound and really fine tune your ear to these little tiny differences in sound. Now, you could also engage in conversations. It's probably one of the most useful and important things you can do to improve your language skills. Practice speaking with native speakers or in language exchange groups. Real life conversation is invaluable for applying what you've learned in a natural context. So, whatever you learn through these videos, through books, through courses, whatever it may be, whether it's grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, expressions, listening skills, whatever it is, the best thing you can do is to put it into practice, having online lessons with tutors, teachers, or even in person with conversation groups and putting into practice what you learn. All right, guys, that's pretty much about it for today's video. If you liked it, if you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. Today's quote: learning how to learn is life's most important skill, from Tony Busan. Now, I can't agree with them more. It's so important. More important than learning is learning how to learn. How do I practice? How can I acquire these skills? I want to learn this, but how can I go about learning it? The most important thing you can do is learning how to learn. All right, so have a good one, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.